Hello and welcome to Rotted Reviews, and today I'm tackling in yet another Rotted request for the month of November, this time coming from patron Jackie, who wanted me to watch and review the 1992 movie from Hong Kong, The Cat. And Jackie's reasoning for this pick in particular is actually pretty succinct. She says, one of the most bonkers films I've ever seen. Enjoy. Well, I went ahead and watched it. This was actually a little bit of a tough one to track down, but I did find a copy. I did watch it. And enjoy I did. I have to agree with Jackie. This movie was pretty bonkers. When I think of bonkers Asian horror movies, I think of a lot of the same things that you probably do. Most notably, the Gold Crown winner of 1977's Japanese movie, House. The question is The Cat more bonkers than House? Well, no. House definitely remains the gold star standard. However, The Cat was still very much, yes, bonkers, but also kind of fun, kind of interesting, and a decent watch in its own right. It just was awfully silly. Told from the perspective of an author detailing some accounts of his life, a la Stand By Me, this movie takes place with a whole series of events involving aliens. One of the aliens is a cat. They're trying to get home. They're trying to stop an evil, this big giant fungal monster. It gets really weird. There's this junkyard fight between one of the alien cats and one of the most vicious dogs that Hong Kong has to offer. The whole thing is just an absolute ludicrous mess of awesomeness. First of all, there's something inherently simultaneously lazy and kind of fun and cozy about an author narrating an event from their life, telling from the perspective of somebody writing their next book. This is what happened to me one strange evening kind of thing. I mean, it's not a huge leap for the writer of the script or the screenplay to actually go through and use an author as the protagonist. And in this case, this whole thing comes from the Wisely book series by Ni Kuang, and the novel that this was based on was called The Old Cat. Now, this film adaptation was directed by Lam Ya Choi, and it was just an absolute marvel of full effort every step of the way. The practical effects, the puppetry, the really cheesy acting, the animation overlays, everything about it was just silly fun. And if it kind of seems like I've been glossing over the plot, it's honestly because I have. There's just not a whole lot here to follow aside from one strange scene going to the next. Ultimately, it is about these aliens trying to defeat an evil and then go home once the evil is defeated. But there's just so much more to that, but at the same time, structurally, there's just not so much more to that. It's just oddness through and through, and that's one of the inherent joys about watching some of these movies. It's not so much following the story or caring about the characters or having an emotional investment. It's about simply strapping yourself in and going for the ride and enjoying every second of it along the way. And I think this film really kind of reached its pinnacle oddness mixed with fun in the junkyard fight scene between this cat and this dog. It may be a little bit too much for folks that are sensitive to animal cruelty on screen. There's nothing about this that's realistic. And I really can't speak to what somebody might find, where their line is, where they might be finding themselves a little bit too sensitive on this particular subject matter. And everybody's line is different, and that's okay. But for me, I don't like seeing animals be hurt on screen. It's nothing that's like a line in the sand for me. I won't stop a movie, but still, it is a little bit of a eesh. But at the same time, I think the 1992 movie of The Cat, this particular instance was just so off the wall and so silly that it was an absolute delight. Like the thought popped into my head of this might be crossing somebody's line, but for me, I'm just having too much fun watching the wackiness. I mean, I could come up with a million complaints about the storyline, about the characters, about the logic of going from point A to point B. But it would honestly kind of be missing the point. I think that, fine, maybe when this movie was first released, maybe if you're actually a fan of The Old Cat or the novelizations that this movie was based on, there might be some real legitimate complaints in play. But for me, it wasn't the point. The storyline wasn't the point. None of that was the point. The point was simply watching a bonkers movie. I truly do enjoy, I mean, if you watch this channel, you know, I enjoy movies that are extraordinarily thought-provoking, slow, methodical, eliciting a strong emotional resonance, really making me feel something and thinking about it for weeks afterward, just tearing my soul out of my body. I enjoy that. I also enjoy this. I enjoy taking a break. I enjoy just having a carnival ride fun time. I enjoy just turning my brain off and watching some wacky silliness of this massive fungal monster trying to destroy the world, and this cat and the alien human assistants mixed with this writer that's along for the journey just go nuts on screen. Again, I think 1977's House is still the gold star standard for this kind of manic energy, and the oddness of that movie cannot be denied. But I still think that there was a really wacky, fun time to be had here. It was almost like watching a Tom and Jerry kind of energy put to screen. On that basis, I recommend it. If you are a fan of that kind of energy, if you're in the mood for something silly, something lighthearted, something just nuts, then yes, I have to agree with Jackie. I would recommend the 1992 movie, The Cat. So if you can get your hands on it, if you can find a copy, and you can watch it with some friends, have some beers, have some smokes, and just enjoy the ride, I do heartily recommend it. So thank you to Jackie for recommending this one to me, and thank you for watching this video. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please click like and subscribe. It really does help me out a whole lot. And you can also support this channel by checking out the Rotted store. We actually do have merchandise on the storefront available through our partnership with Spreadshirt, so please check that out. If you want to check something out, maybe buy a gift for somebody that you know that likes the channel, then just in time for Christmas. So with that being said, thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next review. Remember, next time you want to watch a horror movie, first make sure that it's good and